Cece,
Hi,
nice to
Paul.
meet you.
Nice
Thanks
to
for
meet you.
doing this. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences on healthcare. Yeah, just it's whatever your experience have been really, and your perspective on what's working and what's not.
I think healthcare overall right now it's not personal. It's more of a system for billing, all of the ins and outs, the administrative assets to things. It's focused on that, the turnaround of the medical experience process, than it is the person-to-person care.
What kind of experiences have you had that lead you to that conclusion?
Just personal experiences, also experiences in work with the clients that I work with. I do PCP care with senior
Oh, you
citizens.
do?
Yeah,
Okay.
so seeing them to their appointments you get to observe a lot of things that are missed.
Yeah, and how does that leave people feeling like when you observe them in that situation?
It can be very confusing for them, sometimes stressful. I think a lot of people go in nervous to a doctor's appointment as it is, right? And
Right.
talking about private and personal things with that nervousness, and sometimes things feel rushed, and the doctor's trying to, that space to share information,
Yeah.
it really gets constricted because the time constraints and the administrative process.
Right, so it can become stressful as opposed to,
Yeah, I recognize they might feel a
Supportive.
little confused.
Yeah.
Exactly, yes.
yeah. And how do you, what are your observations about how the doctors and the nurses, the clinicians feel about it?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. I really feel like the system isn't built for them to operate as people.
Yeah.
Again,
it forces them to be cogs in a machine. kind of thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so therefore sometimes just discussing rapid answers, you can miss a lot of critical information from the one-on-one time with the client that's needed. And I feel like it really puts restraints on what their ability to care for us can be.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
What are the things that give you hope, and what are the things that worry you about healthcare?
Honestly, I think the things that give me hope is coming across the people that take that extra time, even if they're going to get in trouble. Even if it means that they might hear something at the end of the day, but they're going
Right.
to give the client the extra time because they recognize as a person that it's needed. And those little moments that I get to witness and see, same thing with the doctors, when a doctor can sit down and have a heart-to-heart with the senior client and emphasize their plan, their
Yeah.
care plan a little more particularly and specific for them. It helps like more case by case basis, and it helps them feel safe and seen.
Yeah. So if I gave you a magic wand, and you could change anything you wanted to about healthcare, what would you change?
Where do we start? Because there's so many layers.
It's a powerful wand, you
Yeah.
can use it for anything you want to. Yeah.
I think I would start with the eliminating the need to incorporate the billing and the coding with the healthcare. I would eliminate that totally and keep that completely separate. And how can we make the administrative process be more cohesive with the healthcare and the medical doctor's process? How can it be more fluid?
Right. So that they just have to worry about caring for people.
Yes.
Yeah. What else?
I also think that it's very outdated. I recognize that our healthcare system and the insurance coverage that our society is able to provide for a majority of our country is very outdated. And I think that the coding and the language could definitely be modified to today's times and today's needs because things have changed so much.
Yeah. Do you see doctors' offices and things having to spend a lot of time on the administration and things like coding?
Yeah, I feel like I recognize that we spend more time through the administrative process in medical treatment
Right.
than we actually do with the treatment process and with our doctors, right? We spend more time through the administrative process.
Yeah, which doesn't help anybody really.
No, and it's really frustrating. And there's all kinds of red tape that you're trying to understand and
Yeah.
how your coverage can overlap, and it can get discouraging too.
How do you feel about the opportunities to use technology to improve things?
I think it can be hit or miss, right? Because technology still needs humans.
Yeah.
So it can be hit or miss. And I think that if it's super focused
Yeah.
on and programmed for the medical database, I recognize it might be a very successful tool. It's something that could eliminate time constraints because it works really rapidly. However, it leaves a lot of room for error
Yeah.
in the quality and care.
Yeah. What's your impression of health plans and all of this? How are they doing?
I think it falls in with the changes that can happen. They're very outdated.
Yeah.
I don't think that a healthcare plan for a senior should be the same as a family. I think a family healthcare plan and option should be different than a single individual person. We all have other life expenses.
Yeah.
And so having healthcare options that are more personalized to us, I think could be a game changer.
Yeah. So what else do you want to share? Any other thoughts about healthcare? What's working, what's not?
I really feel passionately about the need for healthcare by an individual case-by-case basis. I recognize it can be very cookie cutter at times.
Yeah.
And we're just not all going through the same things, facing the same problems. So I recognize that that space could use a lot of care itself.
So just being grounded and truly understanding an individual's personal circumstances, making sure their care is taking that into account.
Right, because it's also a private part of our lives. So to rush through something so intimate at times can feel really jaded or clouded, and it can change our opinion about doctors and medical systems and how we can trust them.
Well, Cece, thank you so much. I so appreciate your time and
Thank
your
you.
willingness to talk about all of this.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.